You can talk now, Mari.
Oh. Hi, hello. This is my Twitch dashboard.
Wait, you're checking your Twitch dashboard? Oh,
Like, this is my
also
Twitch
you're
dashboard.
frozen.
I know, I freeze a lot. I said, this is my Twitch dashboard.
You're sharing your Twitch dashboard? Why?
I forgot to swap tabs.
Oh, damn. Wait, I'm gonna go see it. Let's go see it. Let's go see it. Let's go see if there's doxing information.
It's literally it tells you how my stream is, which I think it's okay. It's in the red. And then it tells you my title. It tells you how to set my stream
more
title.
money. Like you owe money to Twitch right now. You're in the red.
No, I mean, how can you owe money to Twitch? Now that I'm curious about.
I look in the future with the esports bubble popping and like every company being in the red. I could totally see that. Sourcing money from its creators. I mean, it takes the whole reason why Twitch is leaving Korea is because it costs them so much to have small channels. I don't know if that's why they're leaving Korea, but I know it's a big issue for Twitch. It costs them so much money to just like have the server up for small channels that don't make them any money. So I can see how in the future, as a small streamer, you'd have to pay before making them money. I could see it. You're so quiet.
I realized I didn't tweet that we were live.
Oh yeah, I just tweeted the link under an old tweet.
I was like, I'm like, I didn't get a ping from Abby. That's so weird. And I was like, oh, she didn't tweet it, and neither did I.
Someone said joke. Sorry. For now, I have to do just a joke every time someone asks. So, okay.
Are you okay? Are you dying?
I'm hitting on a teacher. I'm hitting on a teacher. Okay, here's a joke. Okay, here's how you hit on a teacher. Mario, I'm gonna use you real quick. Okay.
I'm a teach.
Hi, Teach. I dropped my book here real quick.
Oh no!
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to motorboat your booba. I didn't intend it.
Wait, so you admit that I have booba? Hold on. You admit that I have booba? Is that what I'm hearing?
You do have booba. What do you mean? Your booba's like the size of my booba.
See, chat. See, wait, hold on. What do you mean by that?
Very small, but there.
What do you mean very small? Wait a minute. Hold on.
Honey, we don't cope here. We don't suck on that copium here. We accept the truth of there. We're I don't know, something pilled. I haven't kept up with with the pills as of late, but
what are you on? It's been a hot minute since I've like hung out with Abby, so I'm a little what?
What do you mean we were just calling?
What?
We were texting all day, bitch.
Yeah, but like, what is this cope? What are you talking? I don't know what you're talking about. Abby,
Mari, I love you, but you've officially been coded as boomer. You're boomer coded.
I'm trying to write a tweet, and I'm like, Abby didn't pay her taxes.
Today we're gonna be talking about the phantom tax.
Abby didn't pay her taxes.
Did I pay my taxes?
Abby did not pay her taxes, and that's why we have today's stream.
I'm never gonna pay my taxes. It's my first year having to because I've been too poor every other year to have to.
It's okay, Abby. You don't have to lie. Like we know. It's okay. We know what you're trying to do. It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, I mean, Ludwig is one of my role models, and didn't he famously evade taxes in his first year of streaming?
So put it that way. I mean, I guess, but let's not that he didn't evade. Actually, he does what all amazing streamers do. I'm trying to move this announcement. This little clock. Do you see this little clock here? This clock means something. So you know, just remember that this clock means something, chat. Just so you all know, it definitely means something.
The first big announcement of the week. We've been prepping this for how long, Mari?
God,
4 months?
Too long! Like, you have no idea how excited Abby and I are. But here's the thing. You all read the title. We are going to talk about taxes, specifically for VTubers. And like, you know, this can apply to content creators, but we have a little bit more to talk about with VTubing. And we have this clock to remind us because Abby and I don't shut up sometimes. But see, now that I wrote the tweet, you see how more active and chatty I am now? Way more active and chatty. we have to kill some time because I'm pretty sure it's not going to take us long. Like, it's not going to take us, you know, to go over all the taxes. Unless if all of you are, you know, trying to evade your taxes, you know.
I love how much you lean forward.
I could help you.
Yes. Really?
Yeah, actually, yes.
Should we just do that instead? Instead of talking about taxes? I'm not going to do them anyway.
Well, and by she doesn't, it's not that she's not going to do them. We're just gonna help Abby how to get her taxes down to the smallest amount possible. She doesn't have to pay any legally.
Also, Mari, have you started using my cursor yet?
No, how do I do that?
I'll help you set up later. Yes.
I would love to.
It's
have
on
an
screen.
Abby
You can see my Pepe. You can see the Pepe Abby. It was on screen for a second, and now it's just regular Abby on screen.
Oh, Abby, would it be easier if I like sent you a browser link to this, or are you just gonna swap pages when I swap pages?
I'm just gonna swap pages and use stuff. It's fine.
She's so good.
Yeah. First of all, do we want to just like introduce ourselves and kind of explain exactly like which topic we're each
I
covering?
hate chat. They don't need to know who my girlfriend, my wife. This is my friend Abby, everybody. She's really cool. She's from V4 Mirai. She does magic tricks. She has a son named Gonzalez, and he has his birthday and stuff, and he's cool.
Oh, dox his name! On screen he's called Gonzalo! His birth certificate name is Gonzalo. Don't say his birth certificate.
You're the one who read his name on stream!
Dox his name!
What do you mean I dox his name? You say that's his... Wait. I'm sorry, Go-Go. I'm sorry,
This is my friend Mari Yume. She is a fantastic VTuber. She talks a lot about coffee time and coffee, and she makes coffee as well. And she loves doxing, and she does not give VTuber advice. Don't watch her just for that.
I'm so sorry, Go-Go-chan. His name is Go-Go-chan.
He's Go-Go? Is it like, I think it's like a go-go dancer? Isn't it like a,
I was thinking of
like
Go-Go Gadget.
The go-go gadget, boomer.
What? If I'm a boomer, why'd you call me that, huh? If you know what that reference is, you'd have to know what that reference is to know to be able to call me that.
I really don't know.
Don't you lie to me.
I'm gonna Google it. Wait, I have to tell a joke real quickly. Okay.
I just spilled my drink on my booba. Drink it.
What do you call? Okay. Okay. It's a person walks into a bar. A person walks. Homer Simpson walks into a bar, and Bart starts yelling. He chokes on Bart, and Bart's fainted on the ground. And he goes up to the bartender, and he's like, "Can I have a drink?" And the bartender says, "No, I can't. I can't serve someone like me. I can't serve. You should serve yourself because you are a bartender." You tell I was making it up on the spot because it was very...
I thought for some reason we were gonna make a joke about his legs. I don't know why I was assuming he couldn't use it. Like, he was like... I don't know, like he couldn't bend down or something.
You thought I was gonna make an ableist joke.
I was very concerned where that joke was going just now. But I was like, Abby wouldn't do that. That doesn't make any sense. They're not. She's not the majority of my fan base on Twitter. She's good and pure.
I am. I make wholesome jokes about 2000s animated shows that
you really do. You are so wholesome.
honestly are boomer coded.
Well, that's okay. You'll get to make tons of fun. You know what? Maybe your jokes will actually make sense today because here we're talking about money. Did you like that?
That was a great transition, Mari. Teach me, senpai.
That's like my one joke of the year. I have nothing else after. After that, I'm done. Like that's all I get. I get the one joke a year and that's it. I saved it for you.
Abby literally 2.5 she knows about nodding. Serena taught me about nodding. Do you know what nodding is? And I didn't retain any of it because I was so shocked.
What's nodding?
Ask Serena later. But yeah, so Mari's going to be teaching you guys generally about VTuber taxes specifically, and we'll be both discussing just general content creator taxes. And I will also be talking a little bit about taxes as a comedian. So I know after that joke it is hard to believe, but I've been like working as a comedian since I've been able to, and it's kind of similar to content creation, but it's a little distinct. It's much more similar to like performance taxes. So I'll be talking a little bit about that in case that's more applicable to you guys, or just like interesting because comedians go on tour and it's kind of a different world. So
it is actually, I'm really looking forward to that, especially since what I'm going to be focused on today can apply to if you're a YouTuber or if you're an influencer, like you go on Instagram, you make TikToks and stuff, or you're some kind of content creator. This will apply to you. However, since we are VTubers, we are lovely, beautiful anime women, and we have a special privilege with our taxes. And we'll kind of get into a little bit more about that later. As someone who's been a VTuber for almost 4 years now, I do my own taxes. I have tried to hire an accountant before when I used to just do YouTube.
4 years?
4 years!
Does that mean that you're at least 4 years old?
I mean, in like VTubers...
you are a boomer.
Yeah, in like VTuber years, that's
I'm
super
1.
old. That's like super old. I know. Here
I obviously know because I've been your fan for forever, Mari. I think you forget that.
I mean, that still shocks me to this day when I think about it. But, you know, because I've been doing this long enough, I have made a lot of mistakes on my taxes in the past. And, like...
Do you get called out?
I've just owed a lot of money. Unnecessary amounts of money that I should not have owed if I had just done my taxes right and took the time to do it, you know? So, that's kind of what inspired this stream.
Oh, no. Help me.
Don't worry, I shall help you. So why don't we take a little look-see? See like the little slide here? How VTuber taxes work. By Mari, you mean Abi Cadabra.
Mostly Mari.
Well, first things first. Disclaimers, because as I'm going to be talking about this, I've been doing this for 4 years now. Yes, I do my own taxes. However, Abi and I are not accountants, and we are not providing official financial advice. Like, yes, we're going to talk to you about how we go about our taxes. You should still take that with a grain of salt because these are just general things that you can kind of find online and do your own research about. We just kind of compiled all this information together to make it simple for you. We are not accountants. So anything taken in this video should not be substituted for actual accounting work. If you need your taxes done, you should consult an accountant in your state. We're going to be focusing on taxes in the United States. So if you're in like a different country or like La La Land, wherever you are, you need to find wherever your local like tax stuff is for that, wherever you live, and like find an actual professional there. We're just here to kind of talk about like what we do when we go about doing our taxes. I had to do the disclaimer first because I don't need anyone quitting here.
I do. This is not legal advice. This does not constitute legal advice. For legal purposes, I don't know what I'm talking about, but like, you could try suing me. Like, that would be a learning experience.
Ooh. I'll make sure to send you a cease and desist for having pink hair. You don't have to be bald.
No, it's funny. Oh my gosh, I know a comedian friend who's like received a cease and desist because like someone like didn't like his performance.
What?
Know the extent of the drama, but someone like sent a cease and desist because like they hired him for something and like I don't know, something like that, but it's going on right now. So when you said that, I was like, oh, cease and desist mention.
That's actually really funny. I'm so sorry. Like, that's so mean. That's really bad. I feel really bad for your friend, but I can't help but like, I can't. That's...
No, it's hilarious.
Like, oh my god. Anyways, I just wanted to do that little disclaimer, just, you know, because again, like, I don't want anyone to sit here and be like, oh, well, what you said and did in a Dexter set, you know, kind of thing. So, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cough in your ear. I can't stop laughing at this slide. It's so ridiculous I had to write this. Do VTubers pay their taxes?
Oh, well.
Well, Abby?
I like I say to have like the amount that like you you can make or like isn't taxable. And I feel like a lot of creators who only do VTubing, if they like live with their parents and that's just like the gig they are doing, I feel like a lot of them don't have to because they don't meet taxable income.
We'll get into like what is taxable in a second here, because that's you could be right.
They joke about evading taxes because they know they won't get in trouble for it. They don't have to.
Well, yeah, it really comes down to how much money they end up making and like all that. But we'll get into that. We'll get into like how that stuff can be, how that could possibly happen. I also just realized that Abby, if you could just move to this. Let me see here. Let me read it first. Do VTubers pay
Oh,
their
you want me to move
taxes?
to the side? Sorry.
No, not yet. No, you're good. Yes, we pay our taxes just like every other YouTuber, streamer, or content creator. Twitch and YouTube does not pay our taxes for us. So I know Abby is in a company, so it's probably different for her. But for me as an indie, YouTube and Twitch, they do not pay my taxes, okay? Whatever money I make, I am responsible for my own taxes because indie VTubers are self-employed. So I have to file my own self-employed income. So things like sponsorships, brand deals, affiliate programs like gamer subs. Abby, if you could just move to the side here. For, code Mari for 10% off on your entire order. And anything else that you earn money from being a content creator. That can be taxed depending on how much money that you make. And as Abby was saying earlier, it is possible if you do not have to pay taxes if you didn't make a certain amount of money. It kind of depends on like, I think, what's it called? I have it written here on the slide somewhere, which I think is a couple slides down on how much money you have to like not make, I guess, to not qualify. Because I don't know, like, have you seen this before, Abby? Have you seen a tax bracket, like the income tax bracket?
I watched some videos about it this year because I have to do taxes, about how to like manually calculate it. I'm gonna be for real. I'm going to, now maybe I shouldn't say this because it debases me trying to, but I'm probably going to use one of the programs to help me actually do it. But I was trying to do it manually. So is it the next slide that has one of those? Yeah. And
Yeah.
I know because I've also considered like what if we got married? That I know it helps you, right?
Surprisingly, yeah, actually, there's like a lot of benefits to getting married in terms, but then there's also a lot of downsides to that too. But that comes to like how you fill out your W-2s and stuff like that, which I'm actually not covering in this. We're not covering in that in this stream, but I'll kind of talk about a little bit. So these income brackets, I'm dying.
You should have some gamer subs that'll fix it. Use code Mari for 10% off.
Thanks, Abby. Much better. So, U.S. tax brackets are kind of interesting. I don't know what it's like in other countries, but specifically for the U.S., depending on how much money you make, that's how much you're eligible for taxes. And this is super confusing because if you noticed here, there's different percentages. And what's weird about these is like, you'll see 10% is $11,000 or less back in 2023. So right now, anyone who's filing their taxes is filing it for 2023. I also included 2024 for this year. You see how the jump has changed? Last year, it was $11,000 or less. You could be taxed 10% of your income. This year, right now, all the money you make, if you make over, if you make $11,600 or less, you can be taxed 10% of that if you're filing by yourself, if you're single.
But that's like, that's confusing because I feel like non-taxable income in most states, isn't that like 10,000?
This is specifically for federal. So this isn't state tax. State taxes are different.
But you have federal, you have non-deductible federal and state tax. No, or am I stupid?
Yeah, you can get them deductible for both, but we'll get into that. So this is specifically for federal. This is where it gets tricky. So if you are single, what's it called?
Which is none of us, am I right, Chad?
Yeah, that's right. You're all married and stuff too, I'd imagine.
To Abby.
These are the little brackets for it.
Me, please.
So Abby's like, to me, please, Chad, come on, please. It's a little interesting, right? Because like, what's it called? I'm looking at, I don't know why I wrote down 13.85. 500. I must have wrote these numbers from. I must have pulled these numbers from like a different year or something. These don't ignore what these numbers say. Ignore those. These brackets are important because of what we're about to go to next. So if you look over here, you have all these brackets, right? And let's assume you have been a good noodle and you've been keeping track of like how much you've been making. Because again, when you're a content creator, you fill out something called a 1099. So it's not a W-2. So if you haven't received a 1099, that means you haven't made enough money yet. So you don't have to really worry about this. You're lucky, you're blessed. But technically you're supposed to report any types of incomes you make in the United States, like regardless of it being under the threshold of this or not. You are supposed to, but if
yeah, you're supposed to report it, yeah.
Yeah, you're supposed to. But yes. But if you have made over it and you got sent something, they'll usually email it to you or they'll mail it to your house. And they'll tell you how much you made. And I made a little spreadsheet of like how much money you could kind of like get a gist of, because a lot of people keep asking themselves, how much money do I pay for taxes? How much money should I save and put aside when I am a content creator? Like, I'm getting donations, I'm making like our commissions and stuff, I'm getting this and that from sponsorships. How much of that money should I hold aside for my taxes? And this is hard because you can't predict how much you're going to make at the end of the year when you are a content creator. You're gonna have good months.
I mean, yeah, the couple things. First of all, I know a couple of people are like, oh, it's not too complicated. But it is pretty complicated as like a content creator, performer, comedian. If you do any other side thing at all, that makes it really complicated because every transaction is separate. So like, it's not you getting like a form from your employer, putting that in and you're done. Like, the amount of things that you can deduct as a creator and an artist is insane. The amount of things you have to report, like, you might have had an ad deal 11 months ago, and you might not have the receipt for it, which I'll talk about a little bit later. So what do you do if you literally don't know the amount that you made from that at that point? Like, there's so many other moving parts to it that make the content creator taxes, like, just really just finicky.
Anyone who says that taxes are easy, if you have just a W-2, I'm not gonna take you seriously. Like, this is not a class for you, so be quiet. Obviously W-2s are easy. You take a picture of it, you scan it, it fills in the blanks for you, you're done. And you know what, that kind of sucks for you because you can't write anything off. You can, but not a lot. You don't have
but then you probably have more money.
No, actually no. That's not true, because depending on how you filled out your W-2, you might still owe the government taxes if you didn't fill out your W-2s correctly. Because when you fill out a W-2, you can choose how much money the government takes out for your taxes, and you can choose like the bare minimum. And when you do that, you may still owe at the end of the year because you didn't pay enough taxes. Like, there's a lot of things that can go into it. So like when people say, oh,
you can make big donations right before tax season. Like a bunch of famous people do a bunch of donations in December. It's like the season of donations. Yeah. Not just because of the holidays, but because it really helps you out in your taxes.
Yes.
It lowers your tax bracket possibly. Anyway.
But if you live paycheck to paycheck, that's not possible. Like, so when you fill out your W-2s, you have to make sure you're filling it out correctly, because it sucks because you're kind of dealt with an option where you could get a bigger paycheck every month, but you're gonna owe taxes at the end of the year. Or you could get less money and then get an actual tax return at the next year when you go to file. So like, that's why I said, like, if you have a W-2, we're not talking about that. We're talking about 1099s. 1099s, I think it's called MISC, it's like miscellaneous income. That's what we are. That is what content creation income is. That's when you sign the YouTube, Google AdSense affiliate program. That's when you sign the Twitch affiliate program or the partner, whatever you are. That's when you have PayPal. You have a business PayPal account and you're making money from our commissions or donations. Typically, donations can be considered as gifts, depending on how much money you're making in donations, or if you're using those donations for charity. Lots of stuff that can go into it. So people might say it's easy, but it's not, and that tells me you've never been a content creator. Like, you don't know, so relax.
But it's time to start. Now you'll have the tools it takes after Mari teaches me.
Yes, exactly.
Go on, Mari. Thank you.
Yes. So now we
also learning.
It's okay. I just figured I would be clear about that. So moving forward with this bracket here, how much money should you be saving and putting aside when you are making money as a content creator? Well, I made a little tiny spreadsheet to kind of give an example. This is Becky VT's income. Okay, this is Becky. Okay, everyone want to say hi to Becky. All right, she's
Becky's a bitch.
yeah, a little bit. She's not really smart with her taxes, so we're gonna kind of look at, you know, her stuff. Let's say this is how much money Becky made per month. Some of you might be thinking this is a lot of money. Becky makes more money than I do, so, you know, I'm a little envious of Becky right now. And let's say
Makes
for
good money.
I know, I was gonna say Becky makes some pretty good money actually. This is considered the low end of the spectrum, because I based this worksheet off of making $50,000 a year. As a Becky's not a full-time content creator because she has a stinky job. She has a stinky W-2 job, which she makes $2,000 a month. So she's got that easy, take a picture of it, upload it and stuff. Hopefully she filled it out correctly, so she actually got
How's
taxes.
that job stinky?
Because working sucks and it makes you smell stinky.
It's just like so much time that she doesn't have time to shower.
I think so, yeah, because she's too busy doing that girl boss thing where she's like working all day and then she comes home and makes content and stuff, you know? Like, I mean, look what she's got. She got $1,000 in sponsorships. She got making some good sub money and Google AdSense revenue on YouTube. She got some donations.
Dang, that's crazy.
I know, right? She's also got
that's
stock
a lot
dividends.
of ad money.
Hey, you think she
What's
invested
that?
You ever invested in crypto?
No.
You ever invested in, like, I don't know, any companies, any stocks? You want an Amazon stock?
I did. I won $100 on this app for investment that I forgot the name of that probably is dead by now. And then I clicked on things that said they were rising, and then I lost like $2 and I was like, I quit. And then I just took the $98 remaining and I kept it. So I kind of just made $98 free dollars.
That's okay. It's okay, Becky.
It was good.
It's okay. Becky made the same mistake. That's why she's only 100. This is just an estimate, by the way. This is like per month. Again, being a content creator, you're not guaranteed to make this every month. But let's say, like, you know, Becky ended up making $50,000 from purely just content creation. Let's say like, you know, she doesn't have the W-2. She's a full-time content creator and she's made $50,000. So you can Google, for the United States, you can Google what the standard federal deduction is, which I did for you already. That is,
oh wow,
$13,850. So this money right here is the standard federal deduction. You subtract $50,000 from the standard federal deduction, and these are all estimates on how much money you're going to owe the government. So when you subtract this, you get $36,150 of taxable income. This is money the government can tax you for. If you fill, you know how like people said, like, you fill your W-2s, you're one and done, that's it. That's your taxable income. That's your gross income that they can tax you for. As a independent, self-employed, I guess we're like, yeah, we're self-employed. This is how much the government can tax you for. And this is the bracket system. So remember how I said earlier, the bracket system. So right now, Becky is at $36,000. What tax income bracket is she in? She's under the 12%.
Yeah.
If she's filing single, because obviously Becky's single. So she would fall under the 12%. However, it's not as straightforward as she's just getting a 12% tax and that's it. No, that's not how taxes work. This is how it works. So you saw those brackets, right? And how on those brackets, the first $11,000 that Becky has earned from this $36,000 amount, that portion of the money is taxable by 10%, which is $1,100. And then...
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I'm so confused.
Yes.
Okay, so
this is very confusing, yes.
She made $50,000.
Yes.
But she's allowed to keep 13 to herself.
No.
Kind of. It's just the deduction, so she doesn't have to be taxed on $13,850.
Yes.
So she has $36,150 left. And then we're talking, when we talk about the rough tax estimate, the first round and the second round.
Yes.
First of all, why are we deducting 11,000 there?
Because that's the first threshold. In America, when you hit a certain threshold, that's kind of how they calculate your taxes.
Oh, I see. So you're doing. Oh, okay. Okay. So out of the taxable income, you still have portions of your income having different taxes on them.
Yes.
Oh, interesting. Oh,
Yes,
I should have known that. I think I did.
Not a lot of people know this.
I Googled that, but I get it now. Damn. Okay.
This is genuinely confusing. I had to watch like a full I had to watch like a couple like different videos of people like explaining this because this is very confusing.
And I'm still confused. But now I get it. Mari's so much better at explaining it.
But here, I'm gonna scoot you for just a second here. You see how there's like a second round of taxes right here? So again, the first round of taxes is $1,100. The money that's left over from that is $25,150. That $25,000 is still taxable in the second bracket, which is the 12% one. And that equals $3,018. You can come back, Abby. So in total, at this moment, Becky VT will pay in total $4,118 in federal taxes. That's not including state. That's not including Social Security and the state taxes that are very, very, there's certain thresholds depending on what state you live in. Every state is different. And that sucks. So imagine having to, and this is her gross income. Becky probably had to pay bills throughout the year, right?
Probably not.
Unless she lives with her parents. Then
or a real daddy, yeah.
I was gonna say she probably has bills, which I hope so because she's gonna need them. Because what if Becky didn't have to pay any of that? What if Becky could keep her standard deductible, like as Abby said earlier, and not have to pay us anything? What if Becky profited at a loss? Well, this becomes my favorite part of the whole stream. And I can finally show people how to legally evade their taxes.
Okay, wait, 1 second. Quickly.
Yeah.
I have to tell a joke. I'm sorry.
You're okay.
Okay. I just have their demands for jokes. I must deliver. It is part of my promise for subs. So people have to subscribe if they like it. Say sub. It'll make your button glow. Sub.
Subscribe.
Anyway, subscribe. Anyway, sorry.
Damn, this crystal boba's choking on a ball. Okay, sorry. Tell me your joke.
Okay, let me think of one. You guys keep asking me for jokes after gaslighting me. You guys are dead to me. And guess what? My love is something you have to earn. Okay, that's it.
You can also pay for it too if you subscribe.
That's free on YouTube.
Oh shoot, that's right. If you become a member on YouTube.
Yeah, become a member. I give you guys a free wallpaper. I'm being such a good member this week.
Oh, you get free Abby wallpaper? Somebody give me a membership right now. I need one. I want one. I want a membership in Abby's thing.
It's very
Abby
cute.
Wallpaper. It's cute. You don't get a lewd one?
Oh.
That's okay. Never mind. That's just
what made me feel so much worse about my gift. Oh, sorry, guys. Well, it is a little lewd. I'm salivating.
Well, Abby, I'm gonna be honest. Some of your stuff is like a little spicy.
It was so funny because my dad texted me this morning with the wallpaper, and he was like, "Here's your wallpaper." Not like that, but he just sent it to me like cute. And then I was like, "You're a member?" I never realized because I shared a humongous butt pic in December, and I was like, "Did my dad?" And that's all I've been thinking about all day. Did my dad see that butt pic? I'll leak it to you if you want, Mari.
Yeah, let's go.
Also, thank you. Oh my gosh, are you a member now? Did you get a member?
No, I had to just accept gifts on your thingy. For some reason, it didn't have me accept it. That was so odd. I wish you could gift like already for people, but it I'm sure my time will come. I'm sure my time.
Also,
will
thank
come.
you, Swift. Thank you so much. Anyway, I'll go back. Sorry, I'll try to be very fast with my joke. The joke, I did give the joke. The joke was
Abby,
that
we literally have an hour and a half. You're fine.
Oh, thank you. I try to train my brain to come up with goofy puns on the spot. You know the worst thing, like when you're a singer and you go to family gatherings and they're like, sing something for me. I have that, and I have people say, tell me a funny thing. So I gotta practice.
I hate people who are like that. I hope those people step on a Lego. Like, I can't stand that. That's like literally like, what's it called? I'll tell people like I draw and like, oh, draw me something right now. I want to see a masterpiece. I'm like, okay, and I'll draw them a scribble, and they're like, people pay you that much money for that? I'm like, actually, yes, they do. And first of all, you know, I like to see you try to draw that. Second of all, you know what? You see this drawing? You know what? I didn't. This drawing, you know, I bet you met lots of people like that. I hate when people put people on the spot. It's like so annoying. Like, those are the types of people who are just like, they're like the actuallys, and they probably like type in chat, be like, actually, like, this is how you're supposed to do things.
Oh my gosh.
I can hear the breathing problems when they talk. So I just don't give those people time of day. So you're fine, Abby. We have lots of time to kill
You say
anyways.
that to the girl with the double deviated septum.
What does that mean?
The premature girl, as in my nose has a double, like both sides of my nose, the canal to breathe from is narrowed.
I don't hear it.
So like I can't. I mean, yeah, I went to speech pathology for like 5 years.
I don't hear it.
Don't bully me, Mark.
I hear a beautiful, beautiful voice that is mommy material.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my god, I can't. Ah! See.
Kind of gross, right? Yeah.
No, I'm just awkward. I'm awkward. Hot Abby voice. I can't. Hot Abby voice. I can't.
That's like my dream, Loki. Like, I'm gonna secretly debut as a mommy, and just like people will realize how sexy I could be if I were less myself and more not myself.
Don't worry, we'll help you with your taxes so that way you can afford like the mommy upgrade.
True. Okay. So after you do numbers, you die and you
Yeah.
die.
Well, here's the thing. Again, this is if Becky doesn't have any like deductibles or anything. This is just how much she's gonna owe if she just is bad at taxes.
Oh, true.
So this is another little graphic I made for people who might like something that's a bit more visual. However, I will say this is an older graphic because I know this is a few years old, because if you look at the threshold, that is way lower. And we can tell by the inflation, those numbers have definitely gone up. So I know this is like a couple years old, but it's supposed to give you like a more, like a better visual in the sense of like, okay, if you made like over 9,000, then this is the percentage of how much you get taxed at 10%. You know, cause like I explained it earlier, but some people need visuals. However, again, that's just federal of your taxable income. That this gross income, this 50,000, not only is it taxable for like your federal, that 50,000 is still going to be taxable with certain thresholds of like your state. So that 4,000 could increase.
Oh.
Yes, and some states suck. Like they're really, really harsh on your taxes. I think for California, it's like there's like a bunch of memes with taxes in California. It's like you literally are working overtime and you still owe taxes at the end of the year. Like that's kind of like the joke, I guess, for people who live in Cali, because it's really bad. I know Massachusetts is really, really bad. If you live in Nevada, you don't pay state taxes, so like that's pretty cool. I think you have to just check your local state and see like how much it's gonna be.
Since you don't pay income taxes, that's why so many content creators go there, because you have like low housing taxes.
I think
and
so,
income
yeah.
taxes and
I think so, yeah. It's a smart idea. I see why, because again, when you are a self-employed content creator and you're making all this money, yeah, you kind of want to not have to pay them state taxes. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And remember how I said earlier about the whole, like, you know, when Abby was talking about how if you live with your parents and you just kind of VTube as like, you know, whatever, you're not making that much money, there is a good chance you might not have to pay any federal or state tax if your gross income doesn't exceed past that threshold for that year. Remember how I said earlier, a good rule of thumb is if you make more than $600, you need to claim that on your taxes. You have to. Like, the IRS will find you one way or another. If you didn't make that much money, each like service that you use, if you're on I think Patreon in particular, I'm pretty sure for Patreon, if you make under a certain amount, they don't even send you like a 1099 or something.
Oh.
I think it's a 1099. It's something like that. Whatever tax document they send you, they won't even send you it. And I know for PayPal, you have to make like an absurd amount of money for them to like send you a paper. Otherwise, it's kind of on your own.
But you still have to report over 600. But my question is, are you having to pay, like, when you showed the chart earlier, the chart from before, that's just federal taxes? That's not inclusive. She's paying $4,000 in federal tax, and then she has to pay state taxes on top of that.
Oh, this one. Yes, this is your federal, and then this plus whatever the state tax is, plus your Social Security, plus whatever, you know, stuff you gotta pay. You have like property tax and all that stuff.
Also, I have to tell a joke real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, since there might be a lot of Zoomers here trying to learn how to do taxes, I will be quick and I'll give a little PSA about not vaping.
You want me to put some Subway Surfers on screen?
Oh yeah, please. You know what? I take back the boomer allegations. You are a true and tried Zoomer, or Gen Alpha. Mario.
You want some Skibbity?
I haven't even seen Skibbity, to be honest. I have to, but okay. Wait, let me do it. So okay. Youth PSA: do not vape. Jewel, regret it. Okay, that's my joke. Let's go.
Oh, I was about to put a Minecraft clip on. Okay, we're good.
I might start doing that with my shorts. I'm actually considering it.
You want to do some Minecraft stuff later? You want to do some Minecraft later?
I don't even know.
What does that mean? Do some Minecraft? What the hell does that mean? Do you want to play Minecraft later? That's what I'm gonna do. Some Minecraft.
Diamonds.
Oh my gosh. Well, okay. I know a lot of us who are probably watching this. You probably make more than 600. You're probably gonna file your taxes, and you probably haven't done them yet. If you're like me and Abby, who's really stressed out about taxes, because after stream I get to spend the rest of my night doing my taxes because I don't make a lot of money as a VTuber. However, I still make enough that I have to report it, and it's really tedious because I don't want to be like Becky. I don't want to have to owe all of that, and it's a nightmare. So what can you do? Well, how about I teach you how to lower your income tax as not just a content creator, as a VTuber? Because guess what, baby? We have so much luxury compared to just the normies.
Oh, really?
Yes, we do.
Oh, I didn't know. What? Oh.
Oh, yeah. However, I do need to say something that might upset some people. So, hobby versus business.
Oh.
If you VTube as a hobby, if you are a YouTuber or a content creator as a hobby, this is going to be a little difficult to swallow. But you cannot get deductions for things that are considered hobbies. And you still need to pay taxes on income that are made as a hobby. So if you are VTubing as a hobby and you have still made a certain amount of money, you still have to pay taxes on that. Unfortunately, like that's just how it is. You cannot get any deductions because the reason why us content creators who treat this like a business, we can get deductions which can lower that gross income tax and lower ourselves in those tier brackets. Because who wants to actually, if you've made $50,000, if you're Becky VT and you made 50K, you don't really want to have that be your taxable income. You want to lower that through deductions. Remember how I said the standard federal deduction was like, you know, already kind of an estimate and like part of it? You can still get more deductions. And well, the way you do that is you are a content creator and you make this your business. This is your business. And it's not just something where you can just go up to the IRS and be like, oh yeah, I totally do this for business. This is a very like serious thing. If the activity is carried out in a business-like manner, and if the time and effort you're putting into this activity is showing that you're trying to make a profit, then you are a business. Congratulations, you are now a business. Even though you are a cute anime girl online, you are a business. You get business done. Also,
be business.
Yeah, we're girl boss business. Yeah, we're business. And I want to just say this real quick because I know a lot of people get really offended by this kind of stuff. There is no shame in creating content in the pursuit of making money. You are allowed to earn an income doing something you love. And a lot of people like to be all high and mighty towards content creators, being like, your job is so easy. You just sit there and play video games and you blah, blah, blah. There is no shame in loving your job. And that is what makes those kind of people upset, because they hate their job.
Also, can we be for real? Like, once anything becomes a job, it's fun at times, but it will have its share of stress.
It does. Yes, it absolutely does. It does. And a lot of people just kind of assume that content creators, it's all just play, and that's it. And it's not. There's a lot of things that we deal with behind the scenes, and taxes is indeed one of them. And yes, it is a legitimate business. So,
or a possible announcement video that we might post later might have taken me an insane amount of time to edit, even though it looks relatively bad.
It does not. It does
Some of us
not
are just
look bad.
incompetent.
Stop that. Stop that. It does not look bad. I watched it. I liked it. My dog liked it.
Well, honestly, I was thinking of that minimalism thing you talked about, where like sometimes less is more. So it's a lot of effort to make it not be too much.
No, I really like it, Abby, and everyone else is gonna like it too. And if they don't, I'm literally gonna come out of their bed, and I will make sure that the IRS finds
out of their bed. You're sleeping with all of my followers.
Okay, well, when you say it like that, that makes it sound kind of bad.
How many of them are you sleeping with? There are almost 29,000. If you subscribe, there will be 29,000.
Well, when you put it like that, that sounds kind of bad. Subscribe.
Subscribe so more can be an official WHORT.
HOR. I can't spell. Anyway, so you might be wondering, how can I tell, like, you know, how can I look at this as a business? Well, there's a couple of different things that the IRS will look at to determine what activity you're doing is a business or not. Whether you're a YouTuber, an Instagrammer, a TikToker, a VTweeter, you know, you're making money off of Twitter or something, whatever it is, this is how you can kind of tell, like, you can like prove to the IRS that you are a legitimate business. You can show them how you've created a business plan for your YouTube channel or your content creation business. Like, Abi and I have definitely, like, what's it called? I think I've definitely shown you some of my content creation, like, strategies and, like, the businesses that I have for, like, this YouTube channel before. And you're like, oh, what, that you planned all this? Girl, yes, I did. I did. You have to, though. You have researched other creators in the industry to figure out what has worked and what doesn't. This could be like, you know, writing down notes of like, oh, like you writing down right now, all of you who are writing down notes in the Google document, that counts as research.
Sure.
It does. It counts as research. You've hired a coach, or you've taken some courses to learn how to grow a successful and profitable YouTube channel. Or, you know, maybe you have like a manager or something, you know, someone who helps manages your content. So you know how like a lot of people don't know if they should get a coach or a manager. They can be pretty good at tax proofs that you are a business. That, just saying, there is some use to that. And another thing you can do is you have a system in place to keep track of your income and expenses. Remember how I showed you earlier about Becky's? This right here, it's not the best system, but this is technically a system. You're keeping track of your income per month. And you can go even further by detailing exactly how much with like pay stubs, having a collection of your pay stubs, or
you stupid hyperlinks are stupid freaking. Ugh.
You get the pain. The spreadsheet pain. Yeah. But that's what
I do that every month.
And as you should, Abby, as you should, because it's a business.
Yeah, but then you're like not streaming for that stupid day where you're having to do that, and you're like, I could be having fun with my abs lighters, but instead I am mathing.
Oh, you just have it so easy, Abby. What are you talking about? I'm sorry.
I take a picture of everything. It's so bad.
I'm so
just
proud
in case
of you.
I'm like, I buy a button and I'm like, what if this button goes viral?
No, Abby, what do you mean that's so bad? That's good. That's good. Good, Abby. Good. You want a cookie? That's good.
Okay.
Yeah. See, Abby's smart. Be like Abby. Well, another thing you can do is you can have advisors and tax professionals, which there's like I can't remember what the name of it right now is. Besides like lawyers or tax professionals or like accountants, there's like another thing you can have. They're called CPA. And they can kind of help you, like, you know, with working with your taxes throughout the year. And I really need to find, like, an accountant to work with because this stuff is so tedious. Like, you know how you just said, like, you keep all of that on hand? What if you could just have an accountant that you could just send all those screenshots to? And then they can kind of record keep.
stand for Mari.
Huh? What?
What does CPA stand for?
It stands for...
I can't think this joke got straight.
It stands for... It's just a type of accountant. It's like a... It's a certified public accountant.
Oh, yeah?
Wait, why? Does it mean... Was it mean something else?
Just fill in the blanks in your head. All the possibilities.
I don't get it. Anyways, for some people, you might be wondering... My God, Abby, shut up. Oh.
No sense. That joke makes no sense, but it's making me cry. So.
I know, I just What? Anyways.
Sorry, I keep interrupting your class.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Sometimes I shouldn't look at chat. Oh God. Okay. I know there's gonna be some people who are probably thinking, okay, well, how can I treat this as a business if I'm not making money? Well, guess what, Baka? Guess what? You don't have to be making money to be considered a business when it comes to content creation. So for all of you who live with your parents out there and stuff, you know, you can still write things off. You can still get deductibles because you do not need to be making money in a business for it to count as a business. It is not uncommon to be in a business and not be making money. Basically, whatever type of content you are making, you should be doing it in the pursuit of making money. You see what I did there, Abby? You see what I mean?
The pursuit of happiness?
The pursuit of money.
Pursuit of money.
Yeah. Because money doesn't make you happy, but money can buy the things that can make you happy.
Like me.
Yeah.
Kidding, you can't buy me.
Well, if you...
Except, I mean, you could try. Like, we could hold an auction. You guys could try.
Only for the memberships, you know? Only for...
Okay, wait, I have to give a little joke real quick. Okay, guys, I'm feeling... You know, taxes are making me sad, so I'm gonna eat some cheese. Which cheese will I have? I'm feeling blue.
Just make sure it's not mold.
Mold cheese? Like the last time Pippa?
Listen, I'll have you know, it's only been... I haven't had mold in a long time, okay? And it was an accident. Oh, wait, you said Pippa, not me.
My cheese is... She thinks my cheese is moldy. How dare she? How dare he? Whatever.
How dare you? That one was good. I liked that one.
I saw it.
That one was really good. I'm proud of you for that one.
Okay, sorry.
No, you're good. That was actually really funny. That was pretty good. Sorry, I'm making sure I'm not choking on boba. As I said earlier...
You're not choking... Oh, what's the flavor, boba?
It's, it's just crystal boba, so it's clear.
Oh,
it's like jelly.
Crystalline boba? Oh. Are you talking about your boba all the time so it becomes tax deductible, Mari?
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question.
Put a picture of it on screen and use it as an example of a tax deduction.
I actually did take a photo of it. Hold on, let me send it to you. Maybe I can write this off as a tax. I don't have again, I'm not an accountant, so I actually don't know. Maybe I should get an accountant to find out. Oh, I just read your message. That's what this means, Abby. What the hell is that?
Yeah, okay. Wait, you just understood? CPA stands for chat. Say it with me.
Abby, this is...
Oh, you know, cha means tea in Mandarin.
Yeah. It's a Chinese boba place.
And feng means...
Feng.
Feng. Feng. Feng, yeah, uh-huh. That means what?
I don't know. I don't know. You think I know these things?
Feng is wind.
Wind. Oh, that's actually kind of interesting.
fung. No, it's fung. Is it fung?
Fung. Fungcha.
Yeah, or style, or information, or scene, or pneumatic, or ventilating. What's pneumatic? Like gives you pneumonia? Anyway.
Words are kind of hard for me. I'm gonna be honest. I actually... Oh god, I have no idea. Why is this... What the heck is going on here? Oh god, oh god. I want to show I want to show it on screen because...
The boba?
Yeah, but it's giving me issues.
What issues is it giving you?
It's literally just not letting me show it on screen for some reason. I don't know why. I really have a lot of issues with Streamlabs. It just doesn't like to work. Like genuinely just does not like to work. I don't know. Like I don't know if you just use normal OBS, but it just
I switched to OBS. Yeah, it's easier.
Yeah, it just straight up doesn't want to work, and I don't understand why. It's like, okay, wait,
hold on. You know what? Streamlabs is a disgusting company that wants you to not evade taxes and have silly write-offs. They're sabotaging your schemes, Mari.
They kind of are. It's a little feels bad moments, but you know what? Here, Okay, I guess I just can't show it on screen for whatever reason. It just does not want to show. So
we'll figure it out. I'll explain your slide for you. Hobby versus business. Well, you figure it out. This is business account. If you have advisors, if you have advisors like lawyers and tax professionals, then you're doing it as a hobby. Because
I got it on screen.
Oh yay!
This is the bubble tea. It's now a tax write-off. Woo! This is the bubble tea that I was drinking. Woo! Okay, now it's a tax write-off. It's content. It's content, which I'll get into in a moment. So, Abby, the reason why I wanted to I have this slide included, because some people might be thinking, okay, well, why does it matter? Like, why should I care about any of this? I just VTuber for fun, like, whatever. Why should I think about this as a business and stuff? You know, besides like, you know, you having to pay taxes, which kind of sucks. Because if you're doing this for fun, you end up making money. You should treat this like a business. You should want to make this into a business, because even if you have a W-2, you can still make your taxes lowered by having both your W-2 and then, you know, having your independent self-employment tax. Because if you run at a loss, guess what? All that money that you pay for your W-2 taxes, that makes your income, your gross income, even lower. It's like a lot of complicated stuff if you look at it all together. But like, again, a lot of people ask, why should I care? Why should I care about any of this? And it's because you can still write things off despite making no money on YouTube and Twitch right now. So even if you're working at your W-2 stinky job, you can still write things off.
Do donations generally count? Like if you are like donating to VTubers, can you write that off as just like donations and like it helps you with your taxes?
I can't. I'm not a professional to answer that question. I actually don't know. That's a good question for an actual accountant that maybe we can interview in the future on my...
Wait, let me ask. I'm gonna message my... I don't have an accountant, but I know an accountant.
I was told by... Do you know who Parkser is from Doug? He's like Doug's friend.
Oh yeah, of course. You know him?
Parkser has phrased it in the way that's like, technically when people...
I thought you know him personally.
No. I remember watching a clip of it, but he is like... I think he's a lawyer. I think that... No, he might be an accountant. I can't remember what legal thing he does, but
I think he's a lawyer.
Yeah, and he was talking about how when people donate and like gift subs or like memberships, depending on what site you're on, they consider that as free advertisement on like for you, but they are paying for advertisements because of how it shows up in the chat, because it shows their name and stuff like that. So it's advertisement. So technically, yes, you can write it off when you are gifting. That's what the clip was talking about, but I don't know. It was like a weird argument because it's like you'd have to like really work with an accountant who understands content creation, because they might look at that like, no, that's not writable. You can't write that off. That makes no sense. You have to like really argue that that's like promotion material. It's complicated, which is why it's better to hire a professional for that kind of stuff.
Oh, I'm gonna ask, because I feel like there's like a like, huh? Yeah. Okay.
It's very complicated for that kind of stuff, but still.
Ah, Sephora on charity. Okay. Huh.
You technically can. It's a little complicated. That's why I'm like, I'm not sure. You'd have to consult like a professional for that. And
Yeah,
again,
maybe you have to cause your company to have a partnership with that VTuber, and then when you donate to them, because you can count work lunches. Like if you're trying to make a deal and you pay for someone's lunch, you can count that. I know that. I mean, I'm obviously not legal advice, but I've been told by an accountant that that is deductible. So if you have a company and you have your Oshi, you should try to have a partnership between your company and your Oshi, and then you could maybe count donations as like, aka having lunch without like courting that person to have the partnership with you, which would then be tax deductible or 50% tax deductible.
do you see how that's complicated though? Like you see how
get your Oshi partnerships and you both win.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool if people could give me and Abby money. That would be, honestly, that'd be really great. Just saying. You could contact my manager Tessa. You could contact V4 Mirai for Abby. You know, just saying. But anyways, why should you care? Well, this is a quote that really stuck with me that I think might also stick with some of you too. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. So I find this quote to be very special because it basically means how you live your life is going to define the rest of your life. And it might look hard up front, but if you spend a few hours to understand something and do it correctly, then you'll set yourself up for success going forward. And I love this. I love this message because yes, it's gonna be, we're here for like 2 hours, right? We still got 58 minutes before the announcement. We're almost done. There's not that much left. We're about to get into the really fun stuff, like the stuff that a lot of you have been really waiting for. But it just going forward, like a lot of people who want to treat this as a hobby, who don't care about the money. If you are making money and you want this to be a business, if you want to be a full-time content creator, you need to treat this as a business. And that's scary. It is very scary for a lot of people. A lot of people think taxes and running this as a business is too complicated. It's too hard. It's too overwhelming. And the thing is, yes, it is. It might look very hard. But if you spend just a couple of hours with me and Abby, you know, and you start to like slowly understand things, because it took me all day to kind of like piece all of this stuff together for all of you, then you're setting yourself up for success. And that is a very big mindset.
Wait, do you have a slide talking about the mistakes you've made?
Not a slide like showing you the mistakes, but I will talk about it. I didn't want to like, some of that info I can't legally show, but I can talk about it. And here's like another thing too for people who are on the money spectrum. For every dollar you make, you are literally paying 25 cents in taxes due to bad record keeping. Just keep that in mind. Every dollar you are, like every single dollar you earn, you are paying 25 cents to the US government because of bad record keeping. So let's
wait, there's a fee? Like if you underreport by $1, there's a 25-cent fee? Is that what you're saying?
No, it's just the mindset of it. The mindset of it is like, you're just throwing away money because you can't be bothered to keep a receipt. That's like the mindset of it.
Oh, I see, for like write-offs and stuff?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Yes. Because you can write a lot of things off, and you know how everyone's like, do you want a receipt? You always take a receipt. Always. Always take a receipt. Even if you want to be paperless, have it text messaged to you, have it emailed to you, get it electronically and stuff. Always keep a receipt. Keep a record for it, because it's all you can take off.
I have a sad announcement. Apparently, you cannot write off your donations to your Oshi. But you can find a way around it. But officially, you have to do something.
Yay, YouTube loopholes! I love YouTube loopholes. But you see how complicated that is?
Ugh. Just try it.
Hey, well, that's... You gotta work with a professional. You know?
It's funny because I was like, I really wanted to... I shouldn't say this, but I was open to being... I shouldn't say this. No, I was always intending to do my taxes very ethically.
Of course, we
Just
always would do
fun.
our taxes ethically. We would never do anything to upset Uncle Sammy boy. Okay, we would never do that. Anyways, let me tell you how you could write things off legally so you don't have to pay taxes legally. So, when you are a business, congratulations everybody. I want you right now to say, I am a content creator and this is my business. You say it? Congratulations, you are now a business. Yay, let's go.
I'm a content creator, this is my business.
Yeah, congratulations, you are now a business. So, what can you write off when you are a business? You can take business deductions, and the general rule from the IRS is that you can deduct any expenses that are ordinary and necessary. What do those words mean? Well, ordinary means it's common and accepted in your industry. Necessary means it's helpful and appropriate for your business. This is where it gets fun for us VTubers. It's gonna get really fun really fast. The possibilities of what you can deduct are endless as long as you can prove it's ordinary and necessary. So, Abby, about the donations thing. If you are a content creator and you are donating money in someone else's chat, your name is popping up on screen. You are getting the advertisements and promotions. I am literally paying you to shout out my name. You could potentially argue about that. Just saying. You're a little
Being a member, when I buy VTuber voice packs, I'm buying them to study them from my voice packs. So.
Yes. And why is that, Abby? Because we are VTubers, and what is part of our job as being a VTuber?
Is networking, studying,
and voice acting. Because it is very necessary and ordinary in our jobs as VTubers to have voice acting.
Wait. Okay, so wait, right later the joke that he's a shitposter. But like, could you say, like, if you have an Instagram account that's like a VTuber fan account, or you're like a clipper or something like that you like file as like a profession, even if you don't make enough, like a lot of money from it.
Well, are you spending money on software?
Yeah, could you then say that your donations are part of networking? Like, you're a clipper, you have a clipper channel, and then you're donating to VTubers and shouting out that you clipped them or something. Could you say that, like, that is you networking your clips page or something like that?
I'm not too sure, because it's for your own it's for your own business taxes. It's not for like your Oshi per se. It's more like if your business is being a video editor, because that's how you would file your taxes. You would be filing as a video editor.
So that's what you do. You open a Fiverr account for video editing.
Yes.
You book 1 or 2 jobs.
Yes.
And then you clip your VTuber.
Yes.
And then when you super chat, make sure to also just like sign it off with your business name or something like that. And that way you can justify donating to Abby Cadabra and Mari Yume specifically.
That's one way to look at it. I mean, listen, we're not professionals here. Of course, I talk to an accountant, but that's kind of like...
You might get arrested, but that would be funny.
I have the disclaimer. We're safe. They can't find me. I'm anime. No, just kidding. Anyways.
That's why we're VTubers. So we can teach anime times.
Oh my god. This is why I love you.
I don't trust anyone who's a VTuber, and I'm like, yeah, you should.
Oh my goodness. Hey, well, if it makes you feel any better, this is where we get to the fun part about what's deductible. So guess what? When you're just a normal content creator, you can still deduct these. I don't know if you know this. Like, even if you're not a VTuber, let's say, again, you're that clipper. Did you know, as a clipper, if you're making money from it and all that kind of stuff, and like things that you can like deduct, you can deduct your computer, your audio, any other filming equipment that you might have, like your iPhone stand,
your phone bill.
Yes, actually, yes. I have a slide for that. Partially. Yes. We will. Oh yeah, we're gonna get into that. That's the fun. Yeah. Yes, you're correct. You can also write off your editing software, music license, cloud storage. You have Google Cloud or what's it called? Dropbox.
Dropbox.
Well, that's where the paid advertisements comes into. That one is a little bit more tricky. However, social media scheduling tools, contractors, if you're hiring a video editor, a thumbnail designer, if you're hiring, sorry, I'm like choking. If you're hiring for like music productions and stuff, right? Cameramen and whatever, office space and whatever, that's a deductible. And paid advertisement. Did you know if you buy business cards to hand out at conventions, that is a deductible? That is paid advertisement.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. Yes.
Oh, that's so much to keep track of.
It is a lot to keep track of. So, and that's why I'm saying taxes when you are a content creator is not easy, because this is how the government gets you. They're banking on the fact that you are not keeping the receipts and you're not holding yourself accountable for this stuff. This is how you can pay very little. This is how I pay very little money. I will get into that. I will get into that soon. Now, as a VTuber, we have the luxury of deducting more things because our entire identity is based off of the hard work of our artists. And guess what? It's a deductible, baby.
Deduct these nuts in your mouth.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. I don't know, I should say it like that.
Was that a helium nut?
Itemize, itemize, itemize. This is why you have an accountant. If you don't want to keep track of this, it is worth it to hire an accountant who can itemize and keep all these receipts for you, because they'll help you with your bookkeeping. Skeb commissions, live 2D art, 3D models and equipment, VTube Studio Premium to get that watermark off. That's a deductible because it is your business, because we are VTubers and it is ordinary and necessary to not have the watermark on our collabs. Yeah. Animations, music, lore videos, all of it. And the best part is too, in the United States at least, if you are a registered sole proprietor, in some states you can also be eligible for deductions as well, which is like a little bit of a nuancy type of thing too. Again, that's why, get yourself a professional to help you with that too. But here's the other possible deductibilities that Abby was talking about. If you are using your car for business, a lot of people think, well, I use my car for personal stuff. I use my phone for personal stuff. I use this and that for personal. That's okay. You take a percentage of it for your business.
Yeah, whatever you think you use, yeah. Even a room, like rent, like you have out there.
Yes. You can make it very simple. Like I used to do the simple thing here, where it's like if I have a 100 square foot home and I use 100 square foot, like I have a little room for my office, which is true. I do have a little tiny room for my office. That's like 10% off my deductible. I could keep it simple and I could get like a X amount of like tax deduction based off of it, or I can get nitty gritty with the itemizing and showing my actual expenses. Yeah. So, I bought foam panels in here. I can deduct the cost of that.
Oh, wow. I didn't think to do that.
Foam panels, cables for your Go XLR. Let me see. Key lights, ring lights. I bought posters for my office. That is a deductible because this is my office and I show it in my videos. I show it for content. It is part of my studio. My office is my studio. Yes.
Here's the thing that you can do. You can sleep on a SpongeBob sheet on the ground. So you're literally only taking up, 5 feet of space because you're short.
Yes.
And then most of your small room will be tax deductible.
Yes.
Because
and the best
you work
part,
24/7.
You buy a screen to divide your bed space because that's your personal space, right? You buy a screen and suddenly it's separated into an office.
Oh, you could sleep standing up, maybe?
Yeah, you sleep in the closet for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Oh, it gets better.
Bed.
It gets better. Your rent, your internet bills, your utilities. If you work from home, you can measure the square footage of your office space and divide that by the total amount of square footage of your home and use that to deduct a percentage of your bills and utilities. Granted, of course, a lot of big YouTubers have a certain strategy that's way more advanced, and I'm not qualified to talk about it a lot, but they buy like studios and they actually rent little mini apartments because they can deduct 100% of that because it's solely used for business, and it makes them profit at a loss, which makes them owe way less taxes because of how all that works. I can't really explain a lot of it to you, but the big boys don't pay a whole lot because they're smart about it. And this is the best part.
I gotta tell a joke real quick.
Go ahead.
1 second.
Go ahead.
Sorry. sorry, some of you guys are, joke. We're talking about taxes, and you guys are like, I just want to hear jokes, and I just want to see booba, and I just want to see delicious VTubers with luscious booba and hips and booba
Why
and
is my tongue sticking out as you're saying this? Oh my god.
Because you're one of them. That's why I have 2 hours talking about taxes, so we can also talk as much about booba. But, if you like booba, you should also enjoy math. Because you know what? You are, how do I make this make sense?
It's okay, I'm playing Minecraft,
booba,
I'm distracting them,
you should also like, if you like booba, you should also like math and taxes. Because at the end of the day, aren't you a math debater? Math debater.
Oh, I get that one. That one's a joke.
Go on, move on to the next topic before I get demonetized.
Okay. It's okay. I was playing Minecraft. We won't get demonetized. I saved you. Thank you,
Queen.
Guess what, Abby? Guess what? You see down here, business meals?
I didn't guess anything.
It's okay. You know how it says down here it's partially deductible? How business meals... Okay, so back in the day...
Yeah.
You could
Why are you taking them to McDonald's for a business meal?
Because it's a business. We're discussing business.
The business of getting French fries.
Yes! And the thing is though, back in the day, you could only deduct as about 50% of your meals if you're doing this as a business. However, that's changed. In the United States, at least, ever since, the bad virus that, affected a lot of us, meals can now be considered 100% deductible compared to...
Really?
Yes. However,
is
there's
that
a caveat.
just business meals or when you're
Yes.
like having lunch at work too?
So here's the caveat with that. You need to be doing something with a colleague, an employee, or a prospect for it to count as a business expense with meals. So let's say, Abby, you and I went out to lunch, and we're talking about YouTube. We're talking about VTubing. You know how you and I will sit down and we'll have content strategy meetings. That's a business. If we did that over lunch, we can write that off. Yes.
Wait, so we can like get boba and just call and talk about like... Oh, I was about to spoil the announcement.
We 43 minutes left, Abby. 43 minutes. Hold on for 43 more minutes. You gotta edge. 42 more minutes. Okay.
Wait, someone asked me to make a joke. Let me see if I can think of
an edging joke.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Mari and I are edging together, and she's helping me evade my joke, evade my taxes, evade my jokes. You might say that because we're edging together and we're also making mischievous plans together, she is my goon.
I'll slap her with my tail for you, chat, later on, though. No, you can't watch it. Give us money for a skeb, and I can write off my taxes. Give it to me, though. I have to write it off. This is where the money comes into play, because, you ever been out with people, with other content creators, and like, oh, I'll pay the bill. You know why they do that? Because they want to write it off their taxes.
But like, if you're paying for the bill for other people, like, I don't know if it's worth it.
It can be. Especially if they send you the money after.
Oh, so you're lying then at that point, because you can't put the full bill.
I didn't say that. I just said, I didn't say that. I mean, I can't control what people do when they get... I can't control. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like you could do that, but I've been, like, super scared, because, like, if you get in trouble and you have to... Like, you're in so much trouble.
That's why you pay with cash. I'm not going to get into that part.
Holy crap, Mari. You're good at this.
Anyways, so... tax saving strategies. So... Keep the receipts. Something that I kind of is a little bit of a hot take is I don't really care if you are an artist or like a video editor or whatever. If I am paying you money to do something, I want you to send me an invoice. If you ask me to send it to you as friends and family, I will not commission you, because you are screwing with my business by doing that. I need to have an invoice. I need a receipt, or else I cannot write off my taxes.
Yeah.
A lot of artists will do this because they don't want to have to pay. You know how I said earlier about Venmoing your friends? A lot of artists and stuff will try to not have to report that as taxable income, because if they send you the invoice, that legally means that they are saying that they did accept that money for work, which then, you know, it's going to have to be taxes and stuff like that, right? So that's why they'll try to tell you to send it as friends and family, so that way they don't have to report it. That's why they do that. And so when you are an artist or a video editor and you're worried about your taxes, charge the client a little bit more money. You can estimate what your state income tax is if you're in the United States, at least. I don't know if you're in other countries, how that works. But you can like give a rough estimation of how much estimated tax you're going to have to pay when someone gives you money. And you can have the client pay for that taxed portion. So that way you can be safe, still receive the money for your commissions, and then have that little extra money for your taxes later on.
Ah.
This is what I do as an artist. I do charge people tax, even though I don't have to pay
real
state
quick,
taxes.
my chat is being there's a person here who's being, a couple of people being rather vocal and demanding that I tell jokes, and one person's demanding that I tell a joke about a cat. And to them, I say, you guys, if you're gonna ask for jokes, ask nicely. Stop being catty.
Stop being such a little.
That's what I was gonna say first, but I came up with a different cap one that was a little, that I didn't have to censor.
It's okay. It's okay. Anyways.
And I'm not kidding.
Yeah, she's not kidding around here. You better cut that out. Oh, I meant to say cat that out, but that did not. Well, the cat's out of the bag now, so. Oh, God. Okay. Abby, you know how you said earlier how you felt bad about taking pictures of your receipts? I'm so proud of you, because this was literally the first thing I wrote right here is, like, the reason why you want to keep all the receipts, and again, electronic receipts is fine. You want to prepare a book or a spreadsheet. Remember how Becky did the little, like, spreadsheet? That's kind of like a basic idea, and you want to be a little bit more advanced with it, but that is a good start. Because
there are programs as well that you can like get online that like really help you and break it down.
There are. I don't really know a whole lot. I have one site listed down right now on here that I had just found out recently, and I haven't tried it yet, but I plan on it this year because it's actually, I'll get into it in a second. Take photos of your receipts, and then you can, let's say like Abby and I went out for boba and we were having a business meeting. I would take the receipt. I would write on the receipt saying content strategy planning with Abby, like networking.
Do you
and stuff.
remember?
Yes, and then I take a picture of it, put it into my book, and save it.
What I do is I take a picture of any receipt and I send it to myself on like a messenger app. Because I like the only things I send to myself are like short scripts and receipts. So if I just look through like media, I can just see all the receipts there at the end of the year.
That's really smart, actually. Yeah, no, that's smart. And another thing that you can do is you could create a separate bank account. So this is what I do personally. I have 2 bank accounts. I have my personal checking, and then I have an actual business account. It doesn't take that much long.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, people they're told to do that. That sounds like so much freaking work. So I'm not gonna.
It's really not. Like, all you gotta do is just tell your bank, like, hey, like this checking account, I want it to be a business account, and like all they have to do is make you fill out an extra sheet of paper. That's it. It doesn't take that much.
I don't even have a savings account. Even though I could like, I mean, it's not like I have money to put in savings, but you can put very little money in savings. But like, what time?
You don't have to have a savings. Do you have a checking account?
I just have a regular account.
Yeah, that's a
college account, which has lower fees, I think.
Yeah, that's a checking account. Okay, you have a student checking account. You should make a business account though, because this is the reason why is if you ever get audited and you have to prove to the IRS that the purchases you made with your credit card or debit card are for the business, having a separate bank account where you're using that card for your business purchases is a very easy way to bookkeep, so that way you're not having to scroll through all of your like super chats from all your Oshis and stuff, and you can like show like all your business stuff. QuickBooks online is apparently like a site where you can sync your bank account directly for all your transactions. So those meals, those like, you know, the new equipment that you just bought, it like you can literally take each transaction and then you have a little tab down menu. So we got boba, right? I would take the boba receipt and then just type in meals, and then it'll just save it for you. There's like other websites too. Yeah, I just found out about this one though, so I'm kind of excited. Now, these two over here are a little bit more complicated. You don't have to do these. Remember how I said earlier about the big boys, the big shots, how they save a lot of money?
Yeah. How do they do it?
They do stuff like this. They create an LLC or an S corp. LLCs are good to get like, they're good to formally set yourself up as a business, because you know how, like I said right now, admit that you're a business, you are a business. If you legally like want an official way to declare yourself as a business, you can get an LLC. And that way it helps separate the potential liability of you doing business from your personal self. Like I said, I just had the 2 separate bank accounts. I don't have an LLC. Instead, I just had the 2 different bank accounts because I used to have an LLC. It's really tedious for me personally. It was a long time ago when I set one up, and it just wasn't, I couldn't afford to keep all of that, so 'cause I just don't make enough money. But that's besides the point. However, it can help you separate that potential liability if you ever get audited and they're like, well, what is this purchase? Well, you can be like, bam, I got my business bank account, I got my LLC, I am a business, these are my business transactions, blah 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 blah. Or you can go even further with an S corp. I just found out what an S corp is. It's similar to an LLC, but it's more secured. And if you have an S corp, you can get a significant tax break if you are running it properly.
Wait, can you explain the differences?
Yeah, like an LLC is kind of like just setting yourself up as a business identity. You know how like this whole sole proprietor and like how you are self-employed? An LLC makes you your own entity. The business is an entity now. Whereas an S corp, it's essentially that. However, you can assign a designated salary to yourself.
What? So
yeah,
so it's
you
like
can
literally it's like that is the company.
Yes.
And then you're just like a salaried. Oh, that's kind of base.
Yeah, like you see how it protects you more, because like you are the salary, you're making a salary of this company, even though it's you. It's a weird. That's why I said this is really complicated. So like that's why I said this is what the big boys do. And they have like a whole accountant team that like helps them with this stuff, because if you run this correctly, you can save yourself so much money doing this and the other stuff that they do.
Oh, you're like the business owner. You're just like an employee, I guess. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I hope to one day be big enough that I have to do that.
Me too. I want to say, yeah, me too.
Pay myself. I can pay myself in boba and be poor, but
you can also do a solo 401k. So like, it's like your retirement investments. You can like put money away for your own retirement fund. This is something that some people can opt for when they have a W-2 at their job, but as a solo creator, you can do it yourself. And what's really cool about that is, let's say you make $100,000 for the year, and you want to put $40,000 of it into your 401k. Because you did that, instead of being taxed for $100,000, you're only going to be taxed for $60,000. Because you don't have to pay taxes for that $40K for that year. However, when you go into retirement and, when you're finally done being a content creator and whatever, and you're ready to retire, when you take that money out, that's when you're going to pay taxes on that saved income. And that's like, remember the tax bracket earlier? About how much you make so much money? It's a good way to get out of the tax bracket by putting some of that money into your 401k, because technically you didn't make all that money, right? For that year.
Oh, wait, that's really smart.
Yes, it is.
Oh my gosh, I have no retirement money.
Neither do I. We're screwed, Abby. We're screwed.
Oh, brother. I was actually, I have a family member who's a doctor, and she like also teaches, and she was saying part of why she teaches is because like she's making sure that income is having like retirement savings, because like that's
she's
the way
putting it all in her 401k, isn't she?
No, it's just like in Brazil, like it automatically goes to your retirement, but doctors don't have that. So doctors have to create an account that is their retirement account, whereas regular jobs like teachers just get automatically like kind of taxes that will become their retirement money that go to the government.
That's very
So
interesting.
if she's a teacher until she retires, she will get retirement from her teaching portion, and then she can also save on top of being a doctor, but it just like gives her just more structure.
That's actually very interesting. I should mention. So I got these 2 specific informations because I wasn't really sure what a lot, how the difference of S corp is, and I didn't even realize solo 401k was a thing. I found this information from Sean and Matt Trager. They talked about it on their Think Media podcast about like 5 different ways content creators can save thousands on taxes. And when I learned about this, and I learned about what other big YouTubers do when they buy like condominiums and like plots of like land in a house and all that stuff, and how they can write that off like 100% and profit at a loss, I was like, I wish I had money to make investments like that, because that I can save you so much money. It's crazy. It's crazy. So again, remember how I said earlier, some people might be like, okay, why should I get an LLC? Like how you're wondering. This is a tax filing stuff that you can get deductibles on when you're an LLC. So when you file your business as an LLC, then you're eligible for additional tax write-offs. Same thing with the S-Corp that are shown in this example here. This can save you from paying even less taxes. Granted, me and Abby are not an LLC, so like, well, I'm definitely not, but like, basically you can write off more stuff, way more stuff. And this is just a couple of examples of things that you can write off when you're an LLC. So,
I clicked on a link.
you clicked on a link.
Easy guide to home office deduction.
Oh, yeah. I linked that for my references and stuff when it comes to home deductibles, because I was like, oh, I'm a little confused on like some of this stuff here and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, oh, wait, I should leave. It's just a reference for myself. It's just a useful reference if you want to know what specifically you can write off in your house.
Oh, no.
You want to hear my really bad tax story, though?
Please.
Okay. So, the reason why I really wanted to make this stream, Abby and I were talking about this, and like, I was always planning on making this, and then Abby was like, I want to make like a whole like tax stream. I was like, oh, me too, we should collab this. And it's because I had a very bad tax year. I want to say 2 years ago. It wasn't last year. Yeah, it was 2 years ago. Because I hired an accountant who did not understand anything about content creation. So if you are a content creator and you are trying to like, you know, hire someone, make sure that this person actually has experiences with like, at the very least, a YouTuber. She didn't even understand like what a YouTuber was, and I had to explain it to her. So she wrote me down as like a videographer, which is not correct. It's not. She messed up my taxes so bad because I got taxed severely. And like, that's why I sat down to learn all this, because I got nothing back. And all the stuff that I should have written off were not written off, because she's like, well, that doesn't make sense for like a videographer's business. Like, you know, that doesn't really work for that. That's not like ordinary or necessary. Yeah, I was frustrated. God. I paid like thousands of dollars because she didn't know what a YouTuber was.
Ooh.
Granted, I'm a VTuber, so I have that nuance of being able to write off art. And right now, a lot of accountants, they don't really know what a VTuber is. So you have to make that argument of like, okay, I'm a YouTuber, but you have to say you're an animations channel for them to kind of understand it. Unless if this accountant knows what a VTuber is and understands like the ecosystem here, you kind of have to say that you're like a YouTuber, but like you do animations, because then they'll get it. They'll be like, oh, that's why you have this art. That's why you're doing this and that and that and that. That was like my experiences when trying to hire one, because yeah, I paid like thousands of dollars. I should like, there were things I definitely knew I could write off, and she just wouldn't let me.
Ooh, yeah, that's like my reluctance with a lot of just experts in general. Like, it's just like, even though they're super educated, sometimes you don't get the nuance of like your field. Like, for instance, the friend of mine who was got like a cease and desist whatever letter for being unfunny and stuff, like got like a lot of bad stuff from this person who thought they were unfunny, and then they consulted a lawyer, and the lawyer just went like, cool story, bro, they sound crazy, and like didn't do anything. And then he contacted the police. So just, I'm like, sometimes you hire someone that's like as knowledgeable as they are, they don't get the specificities of your field. Also, someone did a joke, so here's my joke. IRS stands for idiots ripping off students. Okay, that's my joke. Let's go.
No, it's okay. It's like, it was really frustrating. So last year, I did all my taxes by myself. I used a website that you probably all know, but we're not sponsored by any tax websites, so I don't know if I can really say it. But like, I did all my taxes myself, and I really like sat down and I took the time to learn what it is I could write off as a VTuber. Originally, last year, I was going to owe the government $3,654. You wonder how much I paid?
How much did you pay?
Nothing! The government owed me money because of all...
Wow!
Yes, I itemized and itemized and itemized because last year... Well, okay, technically speaking, 2 years ago, because when I filed for my taxes last year in 2023, technically it's off my income off of 2022, right? It's all like confusing. I spent so much money on live 2D models and artwork, and then the modeling, and then video editors. I didn't even realize I spent that much money because I did bookmark and I kept all my stuff. And then when I looked at my spreadsheet, I was like, wait a minute. I spent this much money on VTubing? It was an insane amount. And here's the thing, I don't make a lot of money VTubing. I don't. All that money came from my W-2 paying job. I work at a boba shop. I don't make a lot of money. A lot of people think as a YouTuber, this big YouTuber, I make all this money. I don't. I make, if I'm lucky, $300 a month just from AdSense. I see YouTube doesn't punish me for saying that. I can actually be truthful about that. I can't tell you how much I make on Twitch. It's not a lot though. I can tell you that much. But Twitch won't let me.
It's really ad deals that.
It is.
They're not super common in the VTubing world, but they stigmatize ad deals in the VTubing world because that's how most like content creators in general make their money. So you see every YouTube video sponsored by the specific places because, yeah.
It's crazy too.
Get Mari more money. Get Mari more money. No!
And then tax write-offs. So I can buy Abby lunch. But like, what's it called? Shoot. Think, Mari. Think. Oh yeah, that's right. Tax evasion legally. So what I had done was I kept all the receipts for all that stuff. And yes, after I had done everything, because I, was gonna owe so much money from my content creation business, my W-2, I do my W-2s correctly, but however, I don't have them take out enough where they would give me back a tax return. I have them take out just enough where I would owe like zero pretty much. So because I don't get like a refund from my W-2, all that's left is my 1099s. And because of that, because I was able to deduct as much as I did, I used all that money from my W-2 job to pay for my 1099. Remember how I said earlier how you can still write things off and deduct things even though you're not making money as a YouTuber? That's what I did. I paid for everything with my boba shop job. That's, even though it wasn't a lot of money, I saved my tips every week. Some of you know I worked two jobs painstakingly just so I could afford my models, and it paid off in the end because I got to write it off my taxes. Because I didn't make a lot of money, all those tax write-offs and stuff, it made it look like I made less money because I profited at a loss. And that's why they owed me money.
So VTubing can be like a good, even though it's expensive, it can
it's an investment.
It can be worth it. That's interesting to think about. Like, I feel like when you're like into VTubing and like deciding things, like, because I know like I like recently upgraded a lot of stuff. Like right off the bat, I had like really bad tech. I think shout out V4 for helping me get good tech, but I feel like that's something to think about. If you're like, I want to get into creation, I want to get into video editing, things like that, you could just do the math and see if it's worth buying the more expensive thing at the end.
Yeah, because you can write it off.
Smart. Yeah, that's smart. It's a lot of forethinking, yeah.
There's also like the whole depreciation thing, but again, that's for like, that's really...
Oh god, that's so complicated.
It's very, very complicated.
You don't have to depreciate. You can just do it in the first year, right?
Yeah, but again, remember how I said like how some big creators will have like a rental thing? That's what the depreciation really comes into play. You don't have to worry about that. It's really complicated. If you
expect that you'll make more money next year, then you want to do like split like the cost over, you know what I mean? If you buy a new computer, expect it to last 5 years, you want to split. If you think next year you're going to be making more money, there's that whole thing.
Yeah, and that's why it's like, it's better to contact a professional, of course. Again, at the end of the day, this is just how Abby and I go about our taxes and stuff. Like, this isn't like an all or nothing kind of deal. Which, by the way, Abby, you said you prepared something too for like your community stuff, because I showed everything that you can about VTubing, the stuff you can write off, why it's important. What about for like the comedy side? Because technically you're a freelancer, right?
Well, okay, let me briefly talk about it. We have 15 minutes, and feel free to interject. Oh, you. Well, I might have tried 15 minutes on mine.
How did we desync?
Yeah, what? That's odd.
Well, we can go over your slides quickly. You didn't have that many.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Exactly. I'll go for my slides. Do you have mine up as well?
I'll
tell you when to go
I'm
next.
pulling it. Ah!
No rush. Take your time, babe.
No, it's always a rush. I need to feel the adrenaline. I need the pressure.
Someone said I have to tell a joke in the meantime. I'll tell the joke.
Okay.
Okay, guys, enough. Say it once. I'll see it later. Okay, my children, my beautiful children.
I keep seeing the word in our chat, and I can't stop laughing at it.
Okay, I'm gonna do another PSA. Okay, Zoomers who saw my joke ad and are now commenting joke. I would like to give you a PSA. Once again, remember, do not vape. No one likes someone who vapes. If you vape, you're a drag. That was my joke of the minute. Thank you.
Thank you. I have it up.
Off the dome. Okay. So, comedy taxes checklist, it's pretty similar to content creation. There will be for sure some overlap, but I think there are a couple of key things that I have learned with it on talking to other comedians that I think is pretty interesting. Because when you think, first of all, oh god, I keep wanting to spoil the
Soon, Abby,
announcement.
soon.
Okay, so in the future you will see many comedians, and they're very. I've been talking to a lot of like pretty famous comedians, like touring comedians and things like that, and they still financially struggle. Even though if you look at everything, they're on lists of like top 100 up and coming comedians, top 30 up and coming comedians. Like they're on like Forbes lists and like everything lists, and they are still struggling financially. Because it's a rather unprofitable job, and it like taxes can be very complicated, and just in general the way the world functions is very complicated. So the first thing, the first overlap between the comedy and like content creation is that like oftentimes you will have a 1099 because you are doing gig here or gig there or gig here, which is so complicated. And actors can relate, and singers and things like that. If you're going per gig, some of them are removing taxes, some are not. It depends on some like I know extras on sets, they actually give you a W-2, I'm pretty sure. So they actually already remove the taxes for you because it's cheaper for sets to say that they have 1,000 employees instead of saying that you're a contractor. So if they hire every single extra for every single day of shooting as a W-2 employee, it actually helps the set out financially. So being an extra in film sets is a W-2 instead of a 1099, which is awesome because you're getting paid however many $100s to sit there. You're probably not going to get called in at all. You're going to sit there, like work on your next video, and you're going to get paid. And it's a W-2, so it makes your life easier. Make sure to keep those stubs if you're ever an extra. But it kind of depends on your job. To give a disclaimer, because believe it or not, I am a like professional enough comedian that I get booked as like what do you call it, like a resident kind of at theaters.
Oh, I didn't know how to wait for that.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a residency. So you are doing a bunch of shows, and in my case, some of my gigs, some of my places, I get W-2s. So in that case, it makes it much easier to report a lot of my gigs, so that I'm not having all these 1099s. I'll have some 1099s from like miscellaneous gigs, but I will also just have the W-2 of being like a regular at theaters, which is super, super helpful. And that can like, first of all, like in anything, like being a regular is just so good. Like people say like, oh, corpo versus indie. Being corpo, sometimes, a lot of times you're still struggling. It's the idea of you have just like a company and also companionship, just like help. And I think being a W-2 comedian or just at all like performer versus 1099, often it'll entail that you're like, in the case of being an extra, no, but in my case, just like you're regular, like you have the system there that you're familiar with instead of jumping from gig to gig and then like shaking in your boots in between. So it's like, so that in my case is really nice. It makes my life much easier, but I still have had to deal with 1099s. But also I've been so poor that I haven't really had to do taxes. So
that just sounds stressful that you have to deal with both of them. Like, I know I have my one W-2 and like that's it, but like, God, if you have to have multiple ones for your gigs, that's stressful. I'm so sorry, girl.
No, it is gig per gig. It's a lot. I did actually file taxes last year. I didn't have to, but I knew that I was gonna make money back.
Oh, okay.
So I did file it. But I didn't have to.
That's kind of interesting because like you can have like delayed income. So like, you know how like sometimes when you go on Twitch or like YouTube, you can well, I don't know about YouTube. I know for Twitch, you can like delay them paying you. So that way you technically didn't make that money for that year for your taxes. That is something that I've seen some creators do. So that's interesting. Like what you're talking about. It's like, it's kind of similar to that, I think, if I'm understanding it right.
Yeah. I think so. Sorry, I'm generally confuzzled by the concept of taxes, so my brain is like a lag mode.
Taxes are hard, man. They're hard. So tell us about the touring companies and state taxes.
Oh, so I asked some touring comedians how the heck that works, because you have state taxes, and you have to file state taxes for every state. Like, that is such a wacky concept. But also, you're probably, if you're not a big comedian, you're probably not meeting the threshold for every state. So what happens is a lot of comedians that go on tour, they go on tour through companies. This is like children's improv company, for instance, called Improv for Kids, which I just found online. But I talked to someone who has previously worked for them, and because they take care of it all for you, so you don't have to stress out about it. But most likely, yeah, you're not paying you're actually probably paying a little less in taxes, maybe, because you're not meeting the threshold for a lot of the states. But also, I think you're through this company. Yeah, this is like a New York company, so I think like you are going to probably because the company's from New York and you're working for the company, you're probably it's just gonna be all taxable income for New York or something like that. I'm not sure, but they didn't even know how to explain it because they just got their documents from the company. So a lot of times comedians are fortunate enough that they do it through a company, so they're not really having to specifically deal with these things. Also, someone said if I have a W-2 from every gig, no, it's like per theater. So each theater that I'm like a regular for will just give me a W-2. They'll give me like
so complicated. Is that so? They give you a W-2 for every single like gig that you do?
Not every gig. No, I can do a W-2 form at the end of the year. They're
Okay.
like whatever program they have. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's not too bad. But sometimes you won't, like if you're an extra, you'll get a W-2 per extra gig, and that's a lot of people's bread and butter kind of like performers in general. I'll say even VTubers. If you're like in a place like Atlanta or LA where there's like a lot of film sets, I would recommend as a VTuber, like if you want to make some extra income, go be an extra.
That's smart. Okay.
It's really, really good. And you're mostly just doing your own work.
And yes, to answer your question, these slides will be available later for all of you to view.
Yes, they will be.
Yes. So tell me about this checklist that you made.
So I have this. This is another interesting thing, which I've researched, and I found that there was a case called the Cohen versus Commissioner of Internal Revenue case, which essentially ruled in the early 1900s, I think it was 1907, with a vaudeville performer that who wasn't bookkeeping well, essentially. That if you don't know the exact amount that you are spending on tour, for instance, or in content creation, you are allowed to guess and not be punished even if you don't have receipts. So yes, you should keep receipts because that helps you out so you don't forget things. But if you don't remember and you can make a fair estimate, I'm pretty sure that because of this ruling, you're allowed to do that. And the IRS can't like really punish you for that. I mean, obviously, if you make up wild numbers, but if you're like, oh, generally I have receipts, like you're on tour, generally I have receipts, and in Texas I spent this amount of money, in Chicago I spent this amount of money. Okay, I went to 10 cities. I'm going to average that I spent that much amount of money in every one of the cities I don't really have my receipts for. That would be valid. You would not get punished because you don't have the exact numbers, which is a lot of content creators' fears. It's like people are like, oh my gosh, in America, I'm going to get super punished if I get one number wrong, two numbers wrong. Probably if you're not like important enough, like, and you're guessing justly, you're not really trying to scam anyone, you probably, and this is not legal advice, you probably won't get in trouble. And I think this court hearing just helped establish that precedent that like a lot of comedians and like VTubers and people in general should know about, so it distresses them a little.
It's true. No, this is actually really important. Like, I'm happy that you took the time to research this, because like that's so fascinating. That's just, I don't know, it's so fascinating. It's good for me. I mean, I'm just saying, it's good for me.
Yeah, I mean, it's super stressful. But yeah, that does help out a little bit.
Always keep the receipts just to be safe. That's what my good rule of thumb is.
Exactly. Just also because you probably forget little things. Like I go through my message pictures and I'm like, oh my gosh, I bought this like a stand-up notebook for this class I'm taking that I literally just write notes in, and it's super cute. And
guess what? It can be writable. You can write off. It's for your business. You can write it off. It's for your business.
Wait, I just thought about all my comedy classes.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Tuition.
Yes.
Ooh. Huh?
Yes.
A whole new world. I'm gonna pre-do my taxes for next year and see how many classes I could take.
Hey, I mean, hey, you know, smart, you know, it's smart. All the illustration courses that I've purchased and stuff to enhance my business, enhance my drawing skills. Yes. And look at this.
You're always buying courses.
I am always buying courses. Now you understand why.
All the singing classes.
Yes. Yes, because it's part of your business, because you are a VTuber. Yes.
Oh my gosh, because I... Oh.
Write it off. Write it off.
Wait, that's really smart. Oh God. Okay. Oh, the McDonald's. Well, I don't love the McDonald's.
And look, just to finish it all up for all of you, look, Abby wrote you a little checklist on the things that you could, you know.
Well, it's
not that hard. See?
It's not a great checklist. I'm just giving examples of things you can write off, but you guys are really helping. It's like PC space, Wi-Fi, electricity, phone bill, necessary assets, which is relative, include everything. Apparently, oh my gosh, next slide. I'm gonna skip to the next slide real quick. I talked to an accountant, and apparently you can get away with writing off a boob job, which I didn't ask her. She took a look at me and she said, as a performer, you might be able to write off a boob job.
Because it's part of your business.
Could be,
I guess. It's the same thing with makeup. If you're like
the video got posted?
What?
Oh my gosh.
Wait. What?
Oh no.
Well, I guess this is the perfect time for us to talk about the announcement. Do you want to just watch it?
Oh no. That sucks because I wanted to read into it.
I don't see it get posted. What the heck?
No, it did. It did. Because I didn't have the waiting room up.
Delete it and then repost it.
Am I allowed to? Will that tank my engagement?
No.
Oh God! Wait, guys! Don't watch it! Don't watch it! Don't watch it! Don't watch it! Don't watch it!
You stay right here. We're about to go.
Stay right here! Why would I delete it before any of you mofos can get to it? Get away! Get away from my video!
Delete it! Quick!
Wait, let me save the title so I remember.
No, just re-upload.
Oh wait, I think. Oh, I deleted it.
You could have just unlisted it, and it's okay. It's okay.
Oh no!
Do you want the title?
Oh no! Oh man!
Do you want the title? I have it still.
Oh no! I do. I copy and pasted it.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say I have.
Oh
the
no!
title.
Oh no! Is that gonna be bad?
No.
I'm always scared of the algorithm getting it.
No, Abby, no, it's not. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Okay. Should we just tell them the announcement then?
Yeah. Tell them. Let's tell them the announcement. Do you want to show it up on stream?
Yes. Let me show up the. Wait, could you tell them about it? Can you tell them about it? I'm gonna be starting the waiting room for like.
You want me
10 minutes from now or 5 minutes from now?
Am I okay to show the thumbnail?
Yes, you're okay to show the thumbnail.
All right, check this out, everybody. Look at what Abby and I have planned for all of you. Bum, bum, bum. Abby and I are finally doing it. We're finally doing it. We're doing it. Wait, hold on. Not like that. We're not doing it, actually. We're doing this. We
could be. We're spending so much time together.
Listen, I can't give you the baby that you want, Abby. I'm sorry.
Oh, there are ways.
Look, though. Look. We're finally hosting...
Let me pull up the thumbnail.
Yes. We're hosting our very own new late night show. It's a brand new VTuber late night show. I'm waiting for you to pull it up on your thingy, but...
I'm trying to.
Oh, wow, I'm huge. Actually, can I make it bigger on my screen too?
Oh my gosh, why is it so big? Please,
I have never
please.
heard of a woman complain about that before, but okay.
Well, I guess I'm not shallow like that. I'll be the first.
Dang! No, I'm just kidding.
How do I make this smaller? Dude, Skeet, wait, give me a second.
You just right click and then you press transform and then yeah. Set to the thingy.
Yeah, never mind. Give me a second. Okay. We are hosting our own late night show. Mari, tell them about it.
Yes, Abby and I have always wanted to do this really awesome, cool thing where we interview with people and kind of talk about like their behind the scenes of stuff. Like, you know how like we're content creators? Well, what's it like to know what's our day-to-day life and the behind the scenes of what it's like being a content creator? We want to talk to like professionals, not just content creators. We have comedians, we have other really cool, awesome guests that we're going to talk to and actually get to know the extra dose of their life, stuff that you don't normally get to talk about. And I'm very excited. We have been planning this for months. And look at our logo. Look at our beautiful logo. Also, send me the link to the redirect so that way we can all redirect into it and stuff. Because we made Abby slaved away for hours. Getting this video together.
Stupid video. Yeah, no, we're super excited. The idea of Extra Dose is a behind-the-scenes look at content creation and performing arts. So it's kind of related to this stream as we're giving a behind-the-scenes look, whether you're a content creator and it's helping you, or whether you're just curious about it. But it will be instead of this more research-based, it will be with experts. So our debut stream, which I will be unprivating momentarily, will be with Hanneken, who is a mental health care worker, and she'll be talking to us about overworking and loneliness in the gaming space. And we'll also have in the lineup, we already have a professional comedy writer from one of the biggest comedy shows ever. We have VTuber managers. We have different kinds of content creators, big managers for IRL content creators. And we're trying to, one of our goals as creators is to help bridge the gap between VTubing and content creation. We're all just good artists and good creators, so there shouldn't be so much of a division if possible. And this show will hopefully help not only be entertaining, but also help a little bit bridge that and make VTubing a little less strange and mystical to people and just more tangible.
Yes, and I'm very excited because Abby has prepared a wonderful, beautiful, awesome little clip to kind of debut all this, and we're going to go all redirect to it. For those of you who are watching on Twitter, come check us out on our YouTube channels, Abby Kadabra from V4Mari, and I'm Mariume CH on YouTube. If you're here on Twitch, I will spam the link, and then, yeah, let's go redirect to it. Send me the link, girl!
Wait, give me the second.
Do an instant premiere.
Oh.
Because that will do like a timer for you, so that way it's not gonna just start when you press the publish. You can do an instant premiere, and that will give us like a 60-second countdown.
How do you do instant premiere?
So when you go to upload it, before it says publish, it'll say you can click. It should say like instant premiere. Like
public set instant premiere. Okay.
Click,
so we're gonna do an instant premiere.
Yes, and then you send me the link.
And then, but will it be able to rate into it?
Yes. It gives us 60 seconds before the video plays, so we can just redirect to it.
We have to rate in 60 seconds?
Well, if you send me the link right now, I was gonna say, send me the link right now, and then you can publish it. I think it's like 60 seconds. It's something like that.
Okay. Wait, I'm so scared. I'm scared of messing this up, guys.
You're okay. You already have the link on your video, so it's like, you're good.
Okay. I'm gonna press publish. Okay, we have 60 seconds? Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
You got 60 seconds. You're good. Check out that stream, everybody. Thank you so much for helping us today and for hanging out with us.
Thank you guys so much. Sorry for the announcement getting posted real quick, but you'll go watch the announcement real quick, and then right after the waiting room for the Saturday debut of Extra Dose will be up. So thank you so much for joining us. I hope you learned a thing or two about taxes, or at least had fun while you were doing your own taxes.
Yeah.
And please follow Mariume as well.
And follow Abby.
And yeah, join the Extra Dose gang.
Yes, we'll see you all then. Bye, everybody.